Developmental dyspraxia is a neurological disorder that affects the stem cells at the base of the brain. This means that the messages the brain sends to the body are not accurately received. It is also seen as an impairment or immaturity of the organisation of movements, limiting the ability for the brain to plan or coordinate with what it wants the body to do. It can also affect speech, verbal dyspraxia, and a person's thought process. Children with dyspraxia may present with a range of symptoms. They may be obviously noticeable or very slight. These children may also have other developmental disorders, for example Asperger's or ADHD. Around 1 in 10 children in the UK are affected with dyspraxia, and it occurs more in boys than it does. What causes developmental dyspraxia is not known. However, it is thought to be due to a problem with the development of certain neurons in the brain. What causes this problem we are still unsure of. However, there are risk factors that can increase the child's likelihood of developmental dyspraxia. Being born prematurely before 37 weeks, a low birth weight, a mother drinking alcohol or taking illegal drugs while pregnant, a family history of the condition, although this is not thought to be genetic. Children with developmental dyspraxia may show signs from an early age, for example, feeding problems and inability to sit independently at the expected age, and they may not crawl, instead choosing to bottom shuffle. However, these are things that some children would do anyway, so often they are not seen as a major problem or linked to dyspraxia. By the age of 3 to 5, signs become more noticeable as children begin to acquire more sophisticated motor skills needed for particular activities. Subsequently, this is when symptoms begin to stand out. Issues faced for children are linked into the signs. They may struggle with time management, riding a bike, or when eating, they may struggle to use their knife and fork. They may also struggle with writing and drawing, and self-care skills like getting dressed, brushing their teeth, or brushing their hair. They may struggle with organising their thoughts. For example, you may have a conversation with a child, but they may not be able to portray the answers directly back to you. They may struggle with planning and personal organisational skills. Also, they may struggle with forming friendships. Parents can get help from their GP or their health visitor, who can refer the children to a paediatrician, who will then assess the child and refer to other professionals. These other professionals could be a psychologist, physiotherapist, speech and language therapist, or occupational therapist, or the school SENCO. These professionals can put together a plan for the best interventions to support the child. A request for an educational healthcare plan, an EHC, can be made by parents or any other professionals that feel an assessment may be necessary. EHC plans are put in place to meet the needs of the child. They can be issued to children from 0 to 25, and children can keep them up until the age of 25. Once the child is old enough, they are able to voice their own wants and goals for the future. An EHC enables all professionals who work with a child to come together to achieve the best possible outcomes for that child. Strategies to support children in class or at school. Children can be given daily exercises to help with motor skills. These can be chair push-ups, which would help with strengthen the gross motor skills in the upper arms, catching a beanbag to help with hand-eye coordination and fine motor skills. Could also get the children to walk along marked lines, holding weights in their hands. This will help the children differentiate between movements between hands and feet. In class, children can be given pencil grips and writing slopes to help with drawing and writing skills. You could also sit the children near the front of the class to help with concentration, or allowing them to hold a squeezy ball at carpet time. Using a laptop could help children put down their ideas instead of worrying about writing if they're struggling with it. You could use Play-Doh or therapy putty to strengthen the muscles in the hands and their fine motor skills. Giving the children important roles in the class, for example table monitor, could help with the children's emotional needs and will help them feel more valued. Early intervention is the key with dyspraxia.